Seth Joyner with us. Okay, Tom Brady's 43. You and I are old. No offense, friend, but you and I are old, right? And so when I've seen Tom Brady doing what he's doing at 43, Seth, could he be in his 50s and still play?
Um,
Do you see any regression in him? I think it's unfair to say, well, Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is 20 years younger than him almost. So
well,
go ahead on that one.
well, I mean, listen, I think Tom Brady's Achilles heel is and always has been and always will be protection.
Yep.
If you can protect him, he knows what to do with the ball, where to go with the ball. And even at 43 years of age, he can throw the football. I mean, he can put it downfield. I mean, I saw him make a throw the first after Godwin dropped that ball down the sideline. And then he came back and Tom hit him on the deep one down the middle of the field. His feet weren't set. I mean, he was out of sync and off balance and threw that ball almost 50 yards in the air.
Hmm.
So if anyone thinks that, Father Time is, beating up on Tom Brady, they've got it all wrong. Now, Father Time beats up on us all, and in his own way, because when you watch Tom trying to run out of the pocket, you can tell that Father Time, is on his back right now.
Sure.
But as far as his ability to throw the football, and I love what Tom said a couple of years ago. People kept asking, well, how long are you going to play? How many more years, Tom? And he was like, why would I quit now? I have all the tests. I have all the answers to the test. For God's sake, why would I quit now?
Mm.
So as long as they can protect him, I think that, he can play. And I realistically, I think 45 would probably be his limit. I think that's where he's looking to maybe play 2 more years. But I think that he can play and certainly be effective. I don't know about 50, but I think he could probably play to 45 because he's at that point in time right now where Brad, he's one hit away. He's just one hit. He's one hit away from, it all being over, not being able to.
It's like Mahomes in the one hit last week, right?
Absolutely.
So the running lanes of Mahomes, does he run too much for your liking?
No, because I think that he plays the quarterback position as an athletic quarterback the way that it should be played. I mean, he plays it the way that I would love for a team to, get a hold of Lamar Jackson and train him. Don't have a system for him, but have, train him as a quarterback to play within a system. And when things break down, use your tremendous athleticism, to make something happen. Mm-hmm. I've seen this happen with a lot of quarterbacks, RG3, Cam Newton, Colin Kaepernick. You create a system for them instead of requiring them to learn the pro level system of playing the quarterback position, which gives them longevity.
Kyler Murray.
You see, Kyler Murray. Yeah. Exactly. Don't create a system. Make him learn how to play the quarterback position mechanically and everything else at the pro level. And then when all else falls apart, now you can improvise and use your God-given ability to make something happen where there's nothing, there. But when you look at Mahomes, he's the picture perfect quarterback that does that. He wants to play the game from the pocket. Trust me, he does not want to be on the run. But when he has to, he makes things happen. He extends pace. He picks up first down with his legs because he has to, not because he wants to. And to me, that's the big difference between him and every other mobile quarterback and how they play the game. There's a side of me that looks at the Kansas City Chiefs and believes that, like I did at the beginning of the year, that there's not a team out there that really can beat them. The Raiders pulled it off once, and that's been about it. But there's also a side of me that believes that, the fire burns deep with Tom Brady, and he realized that this could be the last one. That maybe BA could look at the circumstances of yesterday's game and realize that there's a methodology to doing what they need to do without having to be greedy about it. So I'm, as much as I, and I'm not a Tom Brady fan. I'm not a fan of, any particular team. I just really like to see great football.
Yeah.
But in this game, I'd love to see Tom Brady win this game, biasly. But I'm not so sure that, from a team perspective, just taking the quarterbacks out of it from a team perspective,
Yeah.
I'm not so sure that Tampa Bay has enough firepower overall. Now, that doesn't mean offensively, because I think that offensively, Tom Brady and those wide receivers and getting Antonio Brown healthy, hopefully before the Super Bowl, that they're going to be more than a handful for the Kansas City Chiefs. But I'm not so sure that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense can stop the Kansas City Chiefs from scoring almost every possession, which means that that's what Tom Brady would have to do, taking him back to his days of battling Peyton Manning, where whoever has the ball last essentially wins the game. So I think that, in my opinion, Kansas City is just about as unbeatable as you can be at this point.
It's good to see you. It's good to hear your voice and to do everything that you're doing and not talk to you about the Eagles blowing games and screwing up. And I talked to you last in late November in Hawaii, and I thought you were going to have a brain aneurysm. You were so done with the Eagles. So good stuff on the Super Bowl. Best of luck with the show, and appreciate your time as always.
Well, thank you, Brad, and thank you for having me come on where I don't have to talk about the Eagles. Most people that have me on their show, they think that all I know is the Eagles.
No,
Listen,
you don't.
I'm a NFL guy. I watch any and every team that plays in the NFL, and I'm acutely cued in to what's going on with each team. So thanks for having me, my friend.